what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 60.
That's 60.
The Wrestling Rundown, episode 60. I'm Travis Colt. This is Kevin Owens.
Hey, that's me.
Unfortunately, Thomas Colt is not with us this week. He is unfortunately feeling a little under the weather, so he will not be joining us. But we're going to talk about the matches that happened anyway.
I'm feeling over the weather.
How are you over the weather? Oh, I'm totally over this heat.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. I'm right there with you. Alright, so we had Seth Rollins defeat Neville.
We did.
We had the New Day and the Ascension defeat the Lucha Dragons and Los Matadores. Tony, you're welcome. We had the Submission Sorority, Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeat the Bella Twins. Woo! We had Rusev defeat Mark Henry. We had King Barrett defeat Zack Ryder. We had Paige defeat Naomi. And we had Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton defeat the Wyatts and Sheamus in our main event. Now, the biggest news coming out of Raw, though. So we had an opening segment, a lot of talk about, you know, the build up to this, all the stuff that happened last week. But the challenge was thrown down, and I'm pretty sure that at Best in the World, we're getting Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe, title versus title, winner takes all. Are you excited? I mean, this is going to be big. Someone's going to be the world champion and TV champion at the same time. This has never happened before.
Slow your roll just a little bit. That done happened a couple months ago.
Is this a TV taping or? Oh, they already taped it and they aired it tonight, right?
So, wrong promotion.
Oh, this is the Raw review.
Yeah, it was Raw.
My bad. We had Seth Rollins come out, talk about breaking John Cena's nose and feeling sympathy, and that he shouldn't have, because sympathy is what made him lose the chance at taking the United States Championship, not the TV title. That's my bad. The TV title, US title, different version. But he did throw out the challenge that for SummerSlam we get champion versus champion, winner takes both belts. WWE, really?
But this is SummerSlam, the 4-hour extravaganza.
Still, you're still ripping off Ring of Honor.
Spoiler alert. But this is SummerSlam, the show that's going to be main evented by the match too big for WrestleMania. What the fuck does that even mean?
So, it's too big for WrestleMania, so we put it on our second biggest pay-per-view of the year, SummerSlam, which is just WrestleMania 2.
No, WrestleMania 2 happened in 1986, and it was from like 3 different arenas.
Oh, that's right.
Doing some weird simul-broadcast thing, and there's King Kong Bundy versus Hulk Hogan in a cage.
Don't get me wrong, I have a strong feeling that we're going to get Seth Rollins.
Andre the Giant won a Battle Royal.
Wait, wasn't that the Big Show? Didn't Big Show win the Andre the Giant won a Battle Royal?
No, Andre the Giant won the Big Show.
Andre the Giant won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
No, he won the...
He's in memoriam of himself. That's selfish.
No, he won the WrestleMania 2. Big Show is going to be a guy who debuts in the company 13 years later. Memorial Battle Royal.
Pretending to be your son Battle Royal. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with it because I have a good feeling that Rollins is going to take this and possibly be a double champion. And maybe this is us getting rid of the US title because we want to put more emphasis on like the Intercontinental title and the fact that the girls are getting more time. We'll have more, you know, focus on the women's championship.
I honestly hope we don't get rid of the US title.
No?
Yeah. I have a feeling this is going to end in some sort of double disqualification or no contest, time limit draw. Something. I can even see like time limit draw happening because they added the extra hour to SummerSlam.
Maybe secretly Daniel Bryan is coming back.
But no, because of how much success they've been having with the United States Championship.
That's
John
true.
Cena's
Yeah, John Cena has done really good things with it. But well, speaking of what John Cena's done with the U.S. title, Since we were in San Jose,
San Jose,
in the site of the very first U.S. title open challenge by John Cena.
Which we were there for.
We were. Seth Rollins decided for the first time we're going to have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Open Challenge.
What?
Now, who is going to accept that challenge? JoJo didn't even think it was real. So she gets in and she asks Seth, "Is this challenge legitimate? Is this actually going to happen?"
And he's like, "Hold up, sister.
Pretty sure he called it JoJo.
Don't even get in my face about this, girl. This is a legitimate open challenge. This is a legitimate open challenge.
Seth Rollins.
But there's two rules. The opponent cannot be over 6 feet tall and can't weigh more than 200 pounds. So anybody of those people can, yeah. So basically,
so El Torito.
Yeah, and that's no bull, sister.
He actually did say that. Not sister, but he's a bull.
Yeah, that's my impersonation.
And Torito's music hit,
and about 3 seconds.
I thought, is this really gonna happen? Is this how we're gonna open Raw? Instead, the music stops and Seth goes, "Oh, come on, who is it?" We got Neville, and this is exciting because this was the site of Neville's main roster debut.
Yeah.
This was the night after WrestleMania. A lot of big things happened in this arena. A few months later, now we get Neville challenging Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and this match was fucking awesome.
It was.
Neville did
rad.
A couple different things that he hasn't done in WWE yet, as far as I'm concerned. He did the corkscrew moonsault to the outside. There was another springboard corkscrew to Rollins over on another side of the ring. He was flying all over the place, and we had a couple of really close calls.
Yeah, the first he countered the pedigree into the jackknife pin.
Yeah, if you remember SummerSlam, Shawn Michaels defeated Triple H with that pin, and that stopped our hearts for a second.
Yeah,
it was super close.
It was like 2 99/100ths.
And then the second,
JBL was convinced that the referee. JBL was convinced that the referee stopped counting because he anticipated Seth Rollins kicking out, and that Neville should be the champion.
But then we also had Neville was right there. He hit the red arrow, flush, perfectly, hooked the leg, and Seth Rollins was able to rotate himself over so far that his foot was on the ropes. And the referee almost didn't catch it, caught it right at 2, and Neville is just completely blown away. He doesn't know what to do.
He was so frustrated he pulled his mouth guard out and threw it, and started begging the referee for it to not be fake.
And then we get the fans chanting one more time. He goes up, sets up for it, hits the red arrow on the canvas. Seth Rollins is able to move out of the way, picks him up.
Pool's empty.
Hits the pedigree. Seth Rollins retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The fact that he won it clean, the fact that Neville put up such an awesome fight for it, this match was amazing. This sets the tone for things that can happen so much further down the line as far as Seth Rollins' title reign is concerned.
And it harkened me back to the Attitude Era, when they had regular championship defenses on Raw and SmackDown.
I've been watching old school Raws, the Attitude Era Raws on the WWE Network for the low price of $9.99, and I'm watching The Rock defend the title against X-Pac, of all people.
That's a really good match.
It is. It's a very good match, and it amazes me that WWE has gotten rid of this idea that let's throw 2 guys together just to have a match. Why can't Zack Ryder challenge Seth Rollins and have an awesome match for the WWE Championship? Granted, we know he's going to lose, but at least we can hope, because there were a couple times we thought Neville was going to take it.
Yeah.
And if he would have taken on Raw, we would have lost our fucking minds.
Yeah. You wouldn't. There's video wouldn't even happen because
our
minds would be gone, and we would just be in an asylum somewhere.
The Ambrose Asylum?
Nope.
No?
An actual institution,
Oh,
because
that's
we
bullshit.
would not have minds. We would have we would have self-lobotomized.
Yeah. It's intense.
That's, yeah, so Neville, please never win the championship overall. I want to keep my brain.
Save it for WrestleMania 2.
Pay-per-view, something.
WrestleMania 2.
Save
Save it for WrestleMania 2. Then we had...
Time Machine.
We had the 8-man tag match. The rematch from, I believe, SmackDown last week.
Yep.
We had the New Day and the Ascension taking on the Lucha Dragons and Los Matadores.
The Ascension with the nudies.
New Day and the Ascension, Tony, end up getting the win.
Yeah, Tony.
It's Tony Toxin. He knows who he is. You guys know who he is, right? Tony Toxin?
Probably not.
He sits in on shows.
Like twice.
Well, he's been here. And
Twice.
He's still not giving Kofi the benefit of the win, because he did.
Kofi got the win.
Kalisto was about to jump off the top rope onto Kofi.
Got trouble in paradise.
Xavier Woods caused the distraction. Torito tried to pull Xavier Woods down. Kalisto knocked Xavier Woods off, only to get trouble in paradise, and then Kofi picks up the win.
While pointing at the primetime players who were at commentary.
Commentary again? I'm so glad you're fighting champions! Thank you, Xavier Woods. You were excited that Darren Young was in a suit?
Yeah.
He was actually matching.
The team matched for once. Like teams are supposed to do.
But yeah, this is...
I mean, Lucha Dragons, they match.
Mm-hmm.
Matadors matched.
Yep.
Ascensions matched. New
Day
Day matched. And this week, finally, the primetime players got their shit together.
It's about time they're on the same page.
I mean, when they're in matches, they match. But when they're on commentary, Darren Young decides that it's Casual Friday on Monday.
Always.
Yeah.
Every day is Casual Friday. Yeah. This... We're still trying to figure out who's going to end up facing the primetime players for tag team titles.
At this point, I feel like WWE doesn't even know.
Let's do a gauntlet match.
Yeah, a tag team turmoil. You know what I want to see? I want to see a fatal 4-way gauntlet.
Ooh, so like
where
4 teams start, and as one's eliminated, another person.
Yeah, but there's like 8 teams.
Okay. So 8 teams we know for sure are going to be in it. So
and
like
so 4 start, and then when one comes
this
down,
one gets eliminated, another one comes.
Takes their spot.
That'd be a cool match. I'm into that.
There's more tiering to the rules that I have, but it'll take too long to go into, so we'll talk about that.
We'll get into that in a different video. Up next, we had a Divas tag match. A couple of pre-match promos. We had Team Bella saying they're the brand to beat, and that the Divas Revolution started the night that Nikki won the championship. Go fuck yourself.
You know, you could sort of spin that, because the revolution starts when the bad thing happens, and that was the bad thing.
But we also got a reveal. You know, we have Team Bella, we have Team Bad. There was never really an official name for Paige, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte.
The Powerpuff Bitches.
Well, can't say bitches.
Yeah, just
only Paul Heyman can say bitches.
The Powerpuff Bitches.
But they have decided to dub themselves the Submission Sorority. Which I think is
all because they're into bondage.
No.
That's all because Paige is into bondage.
No. Well, maybe. No. That's
Becky
not
Lynch,
why.
Becky Lynch is into steampunk/bondage.
What's Charlotte into?
Working out a lot.
Leather skin and straps? No?
Just working out.
No.
It's legitimately all, according to Paige, it's all she does.
But we did have Becky Lynch and Charlotte picking up the win over the Bella Twins.
Hell yeah.
Charlotte getting Nikki this time to tap out to the figure 8. Nikki was kind of in control and was actually going for her
face buster under the
knee. The face to knee move, whatever the fuck she calls it.
Face buster.
But Charlotte was able to stop it.
She did it earlier in the match to Becky.
Right.
So Charlotte's like, I've seen this before, bitch.
I know what this does.
Figure 4 leg lock.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bridge and make it figure 4, 8.
Plus
figure
4.
4 plus 4 equals 8.
Figure 4 plus 8 equals 8.
Figure 2 plus 2, not know what the fuck it is, bitch.
We had JoJo interview Team Bad, who was watching the match in the back.
Didn't care much about this because Naomi does not have the best promo abilities.
Take it.
We've known this for a while.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, here's the thing. If you have a certain idea, you should run with it. And I thought she was on something by making fun of the name, the Submission Sorority.
Yeah, she had this big build like, what do they call themselves? She was like looking at Sasha the whole time, like, what do they call it? The Submission Sorority? She laughed and then...
Yeah, go back to Freak Island.
Apparently, to get to the Submission Sorority, you have to travel abroad.
Yeah.
To Freak Island.
Yeah. Go back to Freak Island.
It was...
Go back to your home on Whore Island.
But she challenged Paige to a singles match later on in the night, which Paige accepted.
Also, the only thing I brought out of this entire promo is that she took a shot at Ronda Rousey.
Now,
that should be fun.
Naomi, but you were at WrestleMania, right? Dude.
She hip tossed Triple H.
And she almost broke Stephanie's arm. Now,
Not to mention,
now
she's undefeated 12-0.
Yeah, it took her 34 seconds to knock this bitch out. And you're stupid. Sasha, get as far away from her as you possibly can. As fast as you can.
I'm just saying, you know, could be potential down the line. You know, we know people who have a habit of trash talking Ronda Rousey usually eventually get beat up by Ronda Rousey. You know, and I don't know if it's a possibility in the future, but I think it might be. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But we never know.
I heard a rumor that, you know, Ronda Rousey's thinking about leaving UFC and go to WWE to piss off Dana White.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
But then we had Miz TV featuring Kevin Owens and Cesaro.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens saying
First off, I'm interrupting you right now.
Okay, Cesaro.
I like it when people call me Cesaro.
Makes me feel good about yourself.
Oh!
I'm bald though, so I'm more Cesaro.
Really?
Your name is Kevin.
I also like it when people call me Kevin Owens.
Anyway, go ahead. Interrupt me.
I find almost every single reason I can to shit on The Miz.
I know where you're going with this.
But Miz, I respect you a little bit today for giving credit where credit is due and saying that there would not be Miz TV or any of its preceding talk show segments if it were not for Roddy Piper and Piper's Pit.
Yeah, it's not very often that we're like, awesome, Miz, I'm glad you did that, but when even before he started his promo, I was like, ooh, is he gonna say it? He was even wearing a Roddy Piper shirt, and I was like, is he gonna say it? And then he said, welcome to the second most must-see WWE talk show of all time. Talked about all the things and gave props to Roddy Piper. So, good on you, Miz. And he had a pretty entertaining segment with these two guys. He brought out Kevin Owens first. Kevin Owens saying that...
Cesaro be jelly.
Yeah, Cesaro's jealous of all the things that Kevin Owens has accomplished in such a small amount of time. He's done more.
And Cesaro interrupted him like this. Elephant Ghost?
That was just...
It's more like...
Oh, I liked it better with the air raid siren. I pretend it's still an air raid siren.
No, it was more like he just get... and kept, he interrupted him. And then Cesaro kept making the same Owens walk reference over and over again.
Yeah.
During every single line he had, almost.
Yeah, Cesaro saying that, Owens walking out on matches is not only disrespectful to his opponents, disrespectful to the fans and to every WWE superstar that steps into the ring, because you're wasting valuable time that could go to other people, while other people are busting their ass trying to get better and get further within the rankings of WWE. He's just walking out on matches like he doesn't care.
Really good way to try and put some heat on Owens.
Yeah. Well, Owens did a really good job of saying that he's a really big fan of The Miz. So,
yeah.
A lot of good heat on Owens for tonight. They end up getting into a little bit of a scuffle. There's a challenge to a match.
They both yelled at The Miz to shut up.
Yep, that was funny. Miz's excitement when things start getting heated, he's just like, ooh, oh, look what's happening. Look what I did. He's so proud of himself. And then he gets him and goes, yeah, get her. And then they both yell at him and he's like, okay.
Yeah, Owens like, why don't you leave this to people who can actually fight?
I can fight. But then Owens ends up backing out, as he does. I'm excited because we're probably getting this match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for this.
Do you think we'll also get a Yokozuna Memorial Battle Royal?
Probably not. Well, it is WrestleMania too.
And Yokozuna was at a SummerSlam. Or something, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. We had Rusev defeat Mark Henry with 3 super kicks.
Bam Bam Bigelow Memorial Battle Royal.
Then we had Bray Wyatt tell Roman Reigns that he tried to compare him to a flower. He's dressed up, he looks pretty, he's dressed up to look like a star. But when you take away all the little pretty things, the pretty looks, the stardom and everything, he's just like everyone else. There's nothing special about Roman Reigns.
Yeah, you take the pretty off of a flower and it's a weed.
Yeah.
So
Luke Harper telling Dean Ambrose that they warned him and that he chose
Roman
wrong.
Reigns a stoner?
I think you read way too far into that.
WWE, where's your testing? Where's your wellness policy?
Luke Harper saying that Dean Ambrose, hey, we warned you and you chose wrong. And then Sheamus was in on the Wyatt family promo, telling Randy Orton that he looks forward to shoving his foot into his face, bro kicking him out of nowhere. And then we had the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So tonight that makes us pretty good friends. And it looked like Sheamus was getting a little creeped out.
Well, first off, kudos to Sheamus for being the first person to ever find where the Wyatts cut their promos.
He found Bray Wyatt's purgatory.
He found the odd, fog-filled dungeon.
Which
is just mandatory to have one in every arena.
Well, apparently there's a fire going. Dude, did you see the orange? There was even a crackle of fire going on. So I don't. Maybe they're
camping
in a really wide tent.
They just keep partial set of Blair Witch Project with them at all times.
We had King Barrett defeat Zack Ryder because
Barrett.
I wrote down the entire match of how the end was gonna go before the match started.
And
I was right.
He reversed the Rough Rider and then hit him with a bullhammer.
That's exactly what I wrote down. It was
before the bell even rang.
So
Ryder hit a really stiff-looking broski.
Oh, he kicked Barrett right in the fucking head. It was good. I appreciated it.
He almost righted Barrett's nose.
Almost. Then we had Paul Heyman running his mouth. Brock Lesnar standing on some stairs.
He did a good promo building up to bringing Brock Lesnar out.
Yeah, he had the whole thing. He said, before I subject you to the presence of the Beast, I want to show you that it's the Undertaker who picked this fight. Goes back to Battleground, shows that whole thing.
Undertaker ding kick.
Then brings Brock Lesnar out, and then
yeah, but here's what I thought. It's okay. typical real Heyman stuff.
Yeah.
Bringing Lesnar out.
Yes.
And then he kicked it up a notch. Once Lesnar was in the ring.
Yeah, it was almost like he was trying to prove himself to Brock Lesnar, like he fucking needs to. But, yeah, he got really intense. He was slobbering all over the place.
I told you that's because he said the word eat.
I know. He does... That's the one thing we always give Paul Heyman credit to, is that he can make something... He can sell anything to anyone. He has that power to make...
Where was he when Brock went against Goldberg?
The match probably would have fucking happened. Like, people would have gave a shit. Well, I gave a shit about the match, but they didn't. Fuck you guys. To be honest, I'm not that excited for Undertaker versus Lesnar. Like, you know, Paul Heyman does a good job of, like, you know, talking it up and making it a big deal. Pretty much just saying that Lesnar's going to do exactly what he did at WrestleMania 30 to The Undertaker. But, I don't know. I
but
don't...
worse.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not excited for it.
I'm excited for the main reason, just it being Undertaker being in better health than he was going into the WrestleMania match.
I get that. It's
because he's gonna, in my opinion, he's gonna be able to do more.
Yeah.
You know, and he's probably at a little bit lower of a risk of getting hurt because he's bulked up.
True.
And he looks healthier. He doesn't look like the under grandpa.
No.
He looks like Uncle Taker. And Uncle Taker is a beast.
Yeah.
And so is Brock Lesnar, because that's what they call him all the time.
I'm not getting my hopes up, and I'm hoping, I'm more so hoping that they surprise me. I'm not expecting a good match because I've already seen it, and so I'm not putting my expectations too high. But yeah, great promo by Heyman.
You saw a tainted match.
I did, and I understand that.
The match was tainted.
But
watch all the other matches they've done.
Yeah, but still, that was 10 years before that.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. Lesnar's... I don't like Lesnar.
Yeah.
I don't get excited for Lesnar matches. That's just it.
You gotta get excited for an Undertaker match.
Yeah.
It's an Undertaker match. You have to be excited because we usually only get one of those a year.
Yeah, now we're getting two.
This year we're getting two.
At least.
Because...
That's something crazy.
You know it's the WWE rule. If there's a 4-hour-long show, Undertaker's gotta be on it.
Got plenty of time for that entrance. Right, Cherry?
She ain't gonna watch this.
I know, but just in case. Then we had Paige versus Naomi. This was a good match, but there was nothing... I don't know, I felt like there wasn't really anything quite special about it.
Not really.
It was a very solid, very technically sound match because Naomi and Paige are both very good athletes. But I mean, yeah, it was just kind of basic. There wasn't anything major to it. The best thing was Paige did get Naomi to tap out, and that put the submission sorority on
a winning streak.
A straight victory throughout the night. 2 out of 2, and they won them. So proving that they are top notch as far as the Divas Revolution goes. Right?
They are top notch. All for real.
Then.
Not.
Then we had, in reference to...
It's still because of the bondage.
Never mind. In reference to the fact that Neville unfortunately lost to Seth Rollins earlier in the night, we had Stardust talking with Eden in the back. He asked the question, well, if Neville won't be my hero, and then he pantomimed a bow and arrow and said, who will? And yeah, and he laughed really funny. And we do have confirmation that next week on Monday Night Raw, Stephen Amell, the Green Arrow, will be on Raw.
I'm trying to figure out where they're going. Not the storyline, but where WWE is going.
Okay.
Where is SummerSlam? SummerSlam's in New York.
Yeah, it's in Brooklyn. That's
all the way across the country.
It's the same arena is going to have NXT and SummerSlam.
But like they're all the way across the country.
Or maybe not the same. It's the Barclays Center.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out because we're leading up to SummerSlam, and WWE's doing like a weird backwardsy tour schedule.
Yes.
Because they're in they're in California right now, and then for Raw they're going up to Seattle in Washington, and then for SmackDown the next night they're backtracking to Portland.
Yeah.
Why not go in order? Like,
I don't know.
Why go really far and then come backwards? And then have to go all the way across the country for your pay-per-view?
I don't know.
I guess they got a couple weeks to get there.
I know they're on the West Coast right now because usually SummerSlam would be in LA.
Yeah.
And I think, they had probably already booked certain dates before finalizing that.
Well, yeah, I mean, because this San Jose day was announced when we were there at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I think it was like a month or two after that they officially got the okay to do SummerSlam in Brooklyn, and so they're on what would normally be their SummerSlam, their pre-SummerSlam tour.
Yeah.
They're just now they have SummerSlam on the opposite side of the country, so
which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
5 years at one arena's enough.
Yeah, change it up a little bit. We had a little promo, just like Sheamus was in on the Wyatt family promo. We had Randy Orton and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose all back in Dean Ambrose's little hangout.
Well, it's the old Shield squad.
Yeah. Dean Ambrose letting us know that they came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and they're all out of bubblegum.
Sounds familiar.
Roman Reigns is bringing the fight, and Randy Orton just wants Sheamus all to himself.
And they were all wearing Hot Rod shirts.
Yes. Team Hot Rod.
Except for until they came out.
Yeah, then it was only Ambrose. Which we have our
also, the note out of this one from me, Roman Reigns nicknamed Dean Ambrose Crazy.
Yeah.
During this, where he's like, yeah, and Crazy over here.
Yeah, me and Crazy here, and Ambrose looked pissed. Ambrose did not like that name.
Yeah, he was sort of like a, hey,
motherfucker,
I'm gonna murder you in your sleep.
But he is a lunatic, so.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being crazy and being a lunatic.
Fair enough.
I can't tell you what it is without killing you. I'm sworn to secrecy.
That's cool.
On the difference.
That's cool.
Crazy
Keep
and
it to yourself, man. It's good. It's good.
Kill you via calling Dean Ambrose and telling him to do it.
Let's not do that. We had our main event, a 6-man tag team match. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose taking on Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Sheamus. This was a very physical match.
Yeah? Of course it is.
A very solid 6-man tag match. Not a lot, once again, not a lot to really go on here. It was very much like Paige and Naomi.
The opening segment was really good. The middle of it was
typical,
passable, but not overachieving.
The end was fun.
And then they kicked it into high gear at the end.
Yeah, the end was
fun. The beginning and the end were awesome. The middle was just there to get you from point A to point B.
Yeah, a lot of fluff and filler, just to kind of get keep the match going. But yeah, the end was really fun because it was just back and forth, just constant stuff going on. We had Roman Reigns was drop kicking everybody, and then we had.
I love Harper booting Ambrose on the floor.
Yeah,
because he went for his little spinny clothesline.
Yeah. Harper went to throw Ambrose into the ring, and Ambrose did his little spinny thing, came back out and got booted by Harper
hard.
Then Dean Ambrose ended up diving on to Harper, putting him on the table, and then Roman Reigns hit Ambrose, or hit Wyatt, then hit Sheamus, then hit, or no, he didn't hit Sheamus. He hit Wyatt on the outside, Harper on the table, then got back in.
Because he was getting ready to finish off
He was about
somebody?
to hit Sheamus with a Superman punch.
And he got interrupted.
And then Bray Wyatt ended up getting up on the apron, and he got Superman punched instead. A bunch of more crazy shit. Dean Ambrose
Roman Reigns got knocked down.
Bray
Wyatt got RKO'd.
Yeah. Dean Ambrose tried to do another dive. He got caught for Sister Abigail, and that didn't happen. There was just all kinds of stuff going on. It was insanity. But it finished off when Roman Reigns speared Sheamus. Him and Sheamus were the two legal men in the ring. Spear, 1, 2, 3.
Good choice of people to pin Roman.
Did you kind of cheer for Roman Reigns?
Kid tested, mother approved.
Sure.
Put in the comments what cereal that was the slogan for in the 90s.
Can I post on there? Because I know the answer.
What is it? Alright. You win.
Yay!
Now if you put in the comments, you're a fucking copycat.
What? First, motherfucker. That was Monday Night Raw. It was a good episode of Raw.
And a bowl of kicks.
Yeah, I enjoyed Raw.
It was good. It was slightly above center of the road.
Yeah, it was
highlight was the opening match, of course.
definitely. Yeah, Neville getting that shot, him and Seth Rollins really tearing it down. I think if they would have done it in reverse order, I think the night would have been I think if they would have literally, like, if they would have switched the first and second match, it probably would have been a better show. I think we would have had more anticipation. Like, if we would have gotten, like, Seth Rollins throwing out the open challenge first, then, like, a promo later where JoJo goes, "Are you really going to do this?" And you go, "Oh, yeah, well, the stipulations are they have to be under 6 feet tall and less than 200 pounds. And so then you start racking your brain, like, okay, who's it going to be? Then we get the El Torito tease, and then it comes out to be Neville. I think that would have been...
Would have been good, but I think, because like we said, a lot of the matches were just so-so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good matches, but not special things. Is that they put that at the beginning to get the energy high.
True. And I guess we would have had more time to think about the match too, and probably would have deduced that it was going to be Neville right off the bat.
Or, just like, it's good to start high and hope that you keep the crowd amped up the whole time.
Yeah.
They
did a pretty good job.
Rather than hoping that the crowd builds up to the main event.
That's fair.
Especially in a 3-hour show, it's easy to kill a crowd in 3 hours.
Yeah, can we knock it down to 2, please? Like, I'm watching old Attitude Raws, and there's, like, a lot more going on in 2 hours, and a lot more stories being told than we're doing in 3. Can we do that? Please?
Time travel. Alright, well, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.
Wait!
What?
There was also the Page podcast afterwards.
There was, but that wasn't part of Raw.
No. Go run. It was fun. Watch it. I'm excited. If you don't know anything about Paige, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it was very, this one was much more informative.
Yes.
Comparatively to other, of the Superstar podcasts.
Yes.
Because, like, the other ones have all been with, like, super established
right
people, because, I mean, what? Vince, Triple H, Stephanie.
And John Cena.
All people who are in pole power positions in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, like, their upbringing and whatnot really doesn't matter that much.
No, because
it's more interesting to know about, what they're thinking about and what they're doing nowadays. Whereas Paige, who's still relatively fresh in the WWE universe, oh, where did you come from? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of good insight into her upbringing, her family, her training, and her, her goals as far as wrestling goes. So, be sure to check that out.
Yeah.
But before you do that, like, favorite, subscribe.
Stealing my thunder.
Go and finish it off.
Click all them links underneath in the description.
Like what links?
The description. They're down there.
No, what links are in the description?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Reddit.
Yep.
Email.
You damn right.
Holding it down. Feel dirty. Also.
sucks. Also, what?
There's a playlist.
There is a playlist.
Right now, if you're watching this when it's first going up on the air,
There's
the
nothing
playlist
else
isn't
there.
going to look that impressive.
No.
But wait till the end of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's going to be more videos.
We got lots of stuff coming up.
More videos.
Our next video, we're going to be having the midweek wrap-up.
With Lucha Underground Ultimate Lucha Part 2. Or Part Dos.
We're going to have the SmackDown Rundown, some fallout from this episode of Raw. We're going to be having indie news with the possible announcement of the last King of Trios team. And making its return, Kevin Owens 5 matches not to miss this week in memory of Roddy Piper, the Hot Rod edition of 5 matches. Be sure to check that out as well.
No matches of Sparky Plug
Sorry, Bob.
allowed.
Sorry, Bob.
Even though he drove cars.
Okay, Bob.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks for sharing.
Few of you as there might be.
Yeah.
We like each and every one of you. Some more than others.
No, but seriously, Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe already happened?
I'm gonna hit you.
I missed something.